Coach, absolute gut check win tonight. You're down 10 with 4 minutes to go, and you were able to pick yourself up and come. You were almost in the same situation a couple nights ago against Denver. So I guess the experience paid off.
Well, listen. I have talked to you guys all year about our team's resilience all year, and I'll stick with it. Like we've had games where we weren't good. We've had games where we've given up leads, like tonight. But this team has never like quit on anything. After a bad game or the other night in Denver, way down, come back tonight down 10 with 4 minutes, get it to overtime. I mean, Denver game, we had a shot to get it to overtime. Had a shot to get it to overtime. Had Z going to the rim with the chance to get it to overtime. So, we needed that. I mean, there are a lot of things in the game that um, we didn't do well. Our turnovers are just, they're killing us. They're killing us. I mean, it's really, that's the thing that if we want to close out the season really well and give ourselves a chance, that's the thing we're going to have to stop. I mean, 21 turnovers again tonight, but none in overtime. But we've got to take care of the ball. But we got it done, so I'll take it.
I could go a number of directions, but I'm going to ask you: when was the last time you saw someone personally foul out three different players?
Yeah, pretty much. We had to get 7 fouls on Towns because they changed the one because the Minnesota bench said that it was McDaniels that fouled. Pretty obvious he wasn't in the play. And I've never seen a ref change the call simply based on what the bench said. It wasn't either one of his colleagues out there that changed the call. He just went ahead and changed it. So then we had to go get a seventh one on him, and Z did that too. I actually think he got about an eighth and a ninth too, but that's a whole nother story.
And more to Graf's question, what do you just think about like how relentless he is? I mean, they're packing the paint on him all game, and you just kept coming at him and coming at him, and it just kind of, in overtime, it, kind of just started going your way.
But again, right? I mean, even though down the stretch he didn't make a lot, the fact that Zoe made 8 threes gives you just a little bit more space. I mean, shooting just helps. It does. It just helps. And gives him a little bit more room. So, and he doesn't need a lot. He really doesn't.
Did you feel like things did loosen up because Zoe was hitting threes and as the game wore on?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Plus, I mean, I don't know why, but that's certainly one of the reasons things loosened up. Yeah, Zoe made 8 threes. So that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, you mentioned Lonzo, just a career high scoring night for him, added 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Just what did you think about his overall game tonight?
I mean, I thought he was great. I really thought he was great. You know, and I thought it was one of the better jobs he had done. On top of that, of keeping us organized and poised coming down the stretch. He had us organized, and I thought that was good.
Hey Stan, I know it wasn't the best overall shooting night for Brandon, but he was really kind of key late in that fourth quarter, getting into guys, drawing fouls. What did you like about what he was able to do in terms of, my shot's not falling, I'm going to just get you to foul me and send me to the line?
Yeah, I mean, and he stayed really aggressive, and that's obviously what you want to see from your best players. Sometimes shots go, sometimes they don't, but when you get into winning time, those guys have to be aggressive, and he was.
Yeah, you guys fall behind by 10 with 4 minutes left. Just what were y'all able to do just to claw your way back in and force it into overtime?
I mean, the only way you can get back in, just like the other night in Denver, is with your defense. Like, you can't be giving up buckets. You're going to run out of time. So our defense was really, really good. We created some turnovers. We got out in transition, and we were able to get to the rim and score, and get to the free throw line. Scoring with the clock stopped is a big help. You're fighting time, so that was good. We really played the last 4 minutes about as well as we could possibly play them.
And how meaningful is it to get a win like this leading into, the two biggest games of the season, probably Golden State on Monday and Tuesday?
Well, this was the biggest game of the season, and now Monday will be the biggest game of the season. And, one of the things we talk about it a lot anyway, but especially now where you are is, I mean, they're all big. Every game you play, the game you're playing that night has to be the biggest game of the year. And that's how you have to approach it, because we can't afford very many losses. Obviously, we're fighting with Golden State, so everybody will focus on that. But if you give away a game tonight, the Golden State, it just gets further and further out of reach. So for now, tonight was the biggest game of the year. And then on Monday, that'll be the biggest game of the year. So we'll get ready and we'll play it well, I'm sure.
Coach, is it sign of growth of your team the way that you close the fourth quarter and the game in the overtime?
I mean, I think